Once upon a time, in a quiet town nestled in the valley of Maple Hollow, there was an annual festival that every resident eagerly awaited. It wasn't a typical festival with grand floats or fireworks. Instead, it was something much more magical: the clown parade. The clown parade wasn't about the usual slapstick humor or outrageous antics that clowns are known for. No, the clowns of Maple Hollow were different. They were part of the town's rich tradition, a beloved group of performers who had lived alongside the local people for generations, each clown with their own special gift and story to tell. It all began decades ago when an old man named Mr. Bumble, known for his red nose and oversized shoes, arrived in Maple Hollow. He was a wanderer, seeking a place to settle after a long life of traveling the world. When he first showed up, the townsfolk were wary. The world outside was often unpredictable, and no one knew what to expect from a stranger, especially one dressed in such peculiar clothes. But Mr. Bumble's warm smile and cheerful demeanor won them over. He didn't come to make a living; instead, he came to bring joy. The first time he performed, he didn't wear a single piece of makeup or show the slightest bit of clownish behavior. Instead, he simply interacted with the townsfolk, playing small pranks, telling jokes, and engaging in games. It was a different kind of performance, one that connected deeply with the locals. Soon, others joined him, people from all walks of life, each with a unique set of skills: juggling, balloon artistry, mime acts, and storytelling. The clowns weren't just entertainers, they were friends, mentors, and guardians of laughter. Each year, as the clown parade approached, the people of Maple Hollow would prepare for the event, transforming the town into a carnival of color and joy. The streets were lined with balloons, banners, and flags, each decorated in bright hues of red, yellow, and blue. Local children would paint their faces and don costumes, eager to participate in the festivities. The event wasn't just for the clowns; it was a celebration of community, of unity, and of the way the people of Maple Hollow had embraced their own quirky, joyful nature. The heart of the parade was a procession of clowns, led by the now elderly Mr. Bumble. Each clown walked alongside the locals, exchanging jokes and playing games. There were clowns who could pull an endless scarf from their pocket, others who performed elaborate juggling tricks, and one who could paint murals on the street with nothing but a few squirts of colored water. One clown, named Daisy, had the most extraordinary talent. She could make flowers bloom from the tips of her fingers, and with every touch, the flowers would grow into magnificent bouquets of every shape and color imaginable. Daisy's flowers became a symbol of the festival, symbolizing hope, growth, and the beauty of life. She had been performing in Maple Hollow for years, and every season she returned, the flowers seemed to grow even more vibrant. Then, there was Benny, a clown with a heart as big as his balloon animals. Benny was known for his silent humor. He didn't speak; instead, he communicated through exaggerated gestures, twirls, and silly faces. Yet, somehow, his performances always managed to tell a story, one of kindness, generosity, and love. Benny often worked with the children, teaching them how to make their own balloon animals, a skill that would stay with them for years. The clown parade wasn't just about spectacle, it was about connection. As the clowns and locals paraded through the town, they stopped to visit every shop, every home, and every corner. They'd make the old woman at the bakery laugh, cheer up the lonely man at the post office, and tell stories to the children at the school. By the end of the day, Maple Hollow wasn't just a town, it was a place that had been touched by joy, a place where every person felt seen and appreciated. One year, however, something strange happened. As the clowns and townspeople began the parade, a thick fog rolled into Maple Hollow. It wasn't a natural fog but one that seemed to seep out of the ground itself, swirling around them, blurring their vision. At first, the clowns tried to continue with their acts, but the fog was unnervingly thick. The people of Maple Hollow grew anxious, and the lively atmosphere began to dwindle. Mr. Bumble, seeing the concern on the faces of the people, called for everyone to gather. With a deep breath, he lifted his red nose and declared, "The fog may cloud our sight, but it cannot take our joy." And with that, the clowns began to improvise. Benny began pulling out balloons as usual, but this time, instead of making animals, he started forming large, colorful shapes, guiding the children to feel their way through the fog. Daisy, with her magical flowers, scattered the air with blossoms, each one glowing faintly in the dim light. Soon, the fog didn't seem so scary. It became a playful maze, one that everyone could enjoy, with the clowns leading the way. The people of Maple Hollow started laughing, dancing, and playing, their spirits lifted once again. As the fog slowly began to lift, the town was left in awe. The parade had not only survived but had transformed into something even more magical. It was a reminder that the spirit of the festival wasn't about clear skies or bright sun, it was about how the people, clowns and townsfolk alike could come together to make the best of any situation. And so, year after year, the clown parade of Maple Hollow continued, growing in warmth and affection. The clowns and the people, though different, had found a bond that no fog or shadow could ever break. For the townspeople of Maple Hollow, the clowns weren't just performers, they were a reminder of the power of joy, community, and the light that could shine through even the darkest times. And as the years went by, the legend of the clown parade was passed down from generation to generation, a beautiful story of laughter and friendship that would forever be a part of Maple Hollow's soul.